Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you are well. Today on the channel we're going to have a look at the wider Magmar collection. The first video in this series obviously came out on Friday. Today we're going to have a look at the full Magmar collection here in the studio. The Magmar collection that I'm putting together to hopefully get myself a Guinness World Record in 2025 for the best Magmar Pokemon collection in the world. But let's get into it. Magmar, are you ready? Oh, Magmar's buzzing. I hope you're ready. Let's get into it. Let's have a look at the collection. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we have the full PSA Magmar collection at this moment. A couple of things before we start off. Just notice that the sub count has gone up to 1,350. Thank you all very much. You're all a bunch of legends. Weirdly as well, I also found this. A Raw Magmar, first edition from Neo Genesis. I just recently got one of these back graded. This one has some mark, like one mark on the back, but I still might send this off to get graded. Why not and use it for selling material? But anyway, right, that's beside the point. Here we have the full PSA Magmar collection, starting from oldest up into newest. Now there are a couple of cards missing, right? There is most notably the base set first edition Magmar, right? I do not yet have a copy of that in any sort of PSA grade, right? Because it's obviously first edition, it's base set, right? Like, give me a break. Do you know how hard that card is to find, especially in a 10? Yeah, and some other notable cards. But we'll go through, I think there's about 20 cards in here in total, but we'll go from oldest to newest. If you like this video, by the way, if you enjoy this sort of content and you want to support the channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave us a comment down below about what your favourite Magmar card is out the collection, and if you have any PSA collections yourself. But here we go, first card. Actually, we might pull them out in chunks. Pull them out in chunks? Yeah, we'll pull them out in chunks. First one we got here, like I say, going from oldest to newest, just trying to get some of the glare off that there. When in doubt, put a light on. But yeah, oldest to newest. So here we have from 1996. Some people who are watching this video won't even be born there. This is the Jack of Clubs, the green version. Really, really nice card. I picked this up at a card show in Newcastle about a year ago now. But I love this card. Really, really nice. Very, very different. Beautiful green back pattern with Venusaur on the back there. Really, really nice. But that is, at the moment, the oldest card. Even if you managed to get a first edition base set, it would be much newer than this. But yeah, fairly old card. Next was the 1998 Japanese Bandai Card card. We saw this in part 1, so not a great deal to go over. Great on the back of the Japanese how it gives you a bit of story about which episode it's from, what Magmar's about, etc. But again, that is in the PSA 10. Again, from part 1, we have the two of diamonds, the playing card set, the mini card set, the green back one. Really, really nice. We saw this in episode 1, part 1, whatever you want to call it. But again, PSA 10. Not every card is in PSA 10. I do try to get like at least a 9 or better, because some of the cards to get into PSA 10, especially the older cards, are quite expensive. Really hard to do. Bit of a different card now. This is from 1999. This is again PSA 10 from the Squirtle deck, which was like a kind of half deck that was only released in Japan. There's no English variant of this card, so you can only really find this in Japanese. Really, really nice. Has the little Squirtle stamp there to signify it's from the Squirtle deck. But again, PSA 10. What's not to love? Next we have again PSA 10, still in the 90s, 1999. Pokemon Fossil first edition PSA 10. It's got the first edition stamp, the fossil stamp. Really, really nice. I got this graded myself. There was actually 2 that got graded. There was one came back at 9, one came back at 10. But really, really nice. I love Fossil, Jungle Fossil, Hardcore Soul Silver, anything like that. Really, really nice. Backs, really, really nice. Also love the contrast. That's obviously English. The back of Japanese cards. I actually think I prefer the back of Japanese cards. But that is from the Squirtle deck. It's Magmar. Next, which we saw the raw card earlier on. I don't know where that card's actually come from, but Anyway, we do have this one which we saw before. Magmar Neo Genesis First Edition. PSA 10 again. First Edition stamp. Neo Genesis stamp there. Really, really nice. Into the 2000s now with Neo Genesis rings. The Neo sets as a whole. Neo Genesis, Neo Discovery, etc. But really glad to pick this up. I actually quite like this card because I got it for an absolute bargain compared to some of them. I waited forever for a decent copy of this card to come up at a decent price, and I'm glad I picked it up. But again, PSA 10 First Edition. Now, over to Base Set 2, 2000. Again, PSA 10. This is obviously Base Set 2 with the stamp on. Would love to get this card in the original Base Set First Edition. That's like probably my grail piece, if I'm being honest, to finally get that somewhere. But yeah, another PSA 10. I've actually got more 10s than I realised, to be fair, when I'm looking through this. But that is from Base Set 2. Then we do hit a 9. We do have the Gym Heroes for the Gym set. Blaine's Magmar, First Edition, PSA 9. Again, I got this graded myself with the help of Steve the Collector. Big shout out to Steve, lovely bloke. But yeah, it would have been good to come back in a 10. The reason it's not a 10 because there is issues with this corner, but I'm not going to complain at a 9. It's something really nice. If I can find another copy of this, of course we'll get it graded, or if a 10 ever comes up at a reasonable price, that will be added to the collection. Now, this one, this is the 2001 Japanese Karen's Magmar. Again, a card that was only ever released in Japanese. First edition, the first edition stamp is at the bottom. PSA 10. Now, we had to go through quite a trial and tribulation to get this, because I did buy a PSA 10, but the Every Delivery Man smashed it to bits. Then I got one graded and it came back at 8, and then I found this one on eBay at a PSA 10. So we got there eventually, but I'm glad to have it in. Really, really nice card, part of the 2001 old school, almost E series, with the side on there, and the first edition stamp. I love that card, really, really nice. Now into Black Star promos. I believe the first Black Star promo that Magmar ever got from the Pokemon League, PSA 9, with the badge there. Really, really nice. Again, I got this graded myself. Reason this is a 9 because it has issues in the back left corner, but it's a really, really nice card. A bit of history, obviously, because it is the first, like I say, first Black Star promo. But that's a Magmar 1 from 2002. Then we have a fairly big hitter card, 2003. The most posh card, if you want to call it that Magmar's ever received. Magmar from the Pokemon EX Ruby and Sapphire packs, PSA 9. Again, got this graded myself. Really, really nice card. Some swirls on there. This is the only EX card that Magmar has ever received. He's never had an art rare or a special illustration rare, anything like that. Even though Magby has, Magmar never has. Magmortar has had like level X's, I believe, and stuff like that. But Magmar, no. Really, really nice. Love the silver border. Love the EX pattern. Probably one of my favourite cards in my collection. Top three favourites there. Now we have a Japanese first edition, again, quite a card to get hold of. This is Bastiodon Defender, halfback. PSA 10. As far as I'm aware, there is no English variant of this card. Now, I'm not 100% on that, but this is something that I've had in the collection for a while. First edition. Really, really nice card. I managed to pick this up off eBay, I think, again. But really, really nice. Glad to have in the collection. Now we're on to halfway. We have this bad boy, which is much bigger than a normal slab, as you can see. This we got a while ago. Pokemon Japanese Magmar from 151, my 151 campaign sticker, but not 151 from last year or the year before, from 2018, PSA 10. Really, really nice. It's a shame that it does move quite a bit within the container, but it is what it is. I like the back as well, like the kind of distressed tea-stained back there, and the PSA 10. Really, really nice. It's lovely to have something different in the collection, something that really stands out, and I think that does. But yeah, that's halfway. Let's have a look at the other half. Right, second half now. We come into a little bit more modern. Pokemon Japanese. This is everyone's exciting battle, right? Bit of a story about this card as well. Now, if I remember right, this was gifted to me by a friend of the channel, which we sent away to get graded. Obviously came back a PSA 9. Lovely Victini badge there, by the way. However, when it came back in the 9, a little bit disheartened. You're looking for that 10. But when I looked on the PSA report, there are no 10s. No PSA 10s. And this is the only PSA 9. So it is a Pop 1. It would have been amazing to get it in a 10. But Pop 1 PSA 9 Japanese, what's not to love? Again, a card which has no English variant. This is only a Japanese card. Really, really nice. Again, probably top 3. The top 1's coming up a bit later. But I do love that card. That's amazing. Something with a bit different again. We've got the Gem Mint 10 2013 Hanafuda cards, which Magmar and Pinsir was dedicated to the month of April. The Hanafuda cards had one card for every month. Magmar, Pinsir being April. Really, really nice. I picked this up off eBay. Did a review on this a lot of months ago now. But I do like this card. I love as well. I don't know if I've mentioned it. The stained, the frosty glass effect on anything that's smaller than a normal card. I really do like that. Helps it stand out. Next, something else we've had graded ourselves. 2016 Evolutions. Everyone knows Evolutions. Lovely reverse holo. I love how the reverse holo is all over the card. Really, really nice. Got this graded myself. Came back a 9. We know why it's a 9 because we discussed it before. Because the centering on the back is slightly off top to bottom. But really, really nice. Obviously, this is when the first boom of Pokemon came in, where everyone was going mad for Pokemon again. 2016, then 2022, and again now. I would love to pick up a Gem Mint 10 copy of this. I'd love to actually open Evolutions, because Evolutions is still fairly reasonable and easy to get hold of. I'd love to pull this card myself, graded, and get it back at 10. But we can keep our fingers crossed on that one. Where would Magmar be without Blaine? We have the 2018 Pokemon Sun and Moon Last Stand from Dragon Majesty in a PSA 10. The texture, you can just about see it, but the texture on this card is lovely. Love the way that Blaine's in the forefront there with the white of his coat against the background of the red. It's a stunning card. Really, really nice. I thought, like I say, where would Magmar be without Blaine, the gym leader of Cinnabar Island? But yeah, lovely, lovely card. Again, that's an eBay buy. Not a lot of money, but it's great to have in the collection. And then a card we did have graded ourselves. Had these graded a couple of times. First time it came back a 9. This is the Magmar 2019 Hidden Fates. Again, really nice holo pattern. The first one came back a 9. Second attempt did come back a 10, which is always great. I do try to collect the best versions of Magmar that I can. So in a set, if it has a normal and a reverse holo, I'll always get the reverse holo and grade the reverse holo. I won't tend to grade the common cards. I try and look for the shinies, if that makes sense. But that is really, really good. Second time was a charm. Hidden Fates, PSA 10. Then we have a one that is quite difficult to get hold of now, weirdly. The Rebel Clash Reverse Holo. I've had maybe, I don't know, at least 20 copies of this card. Not graded, but 20 raw copies. And they all seem to have issues. This is a must for 2025. I must find a decent copy of this card, get it graded at 10, and get it back. Reason this is not a 10 is, I don't know, no issues on the back. There will be something wrong with it, but interesting to see. Now we come on to the big boy. It might not look like much, but this is the 2022 Magmar from Brilliant Stars Reverse Holo. My number one card because it is the set that got me back into Pokemon, Brilliant Stars. This is also a Pop 1. There is no other copies of this card in the PSA 10. It is a stunning card. This sent away, graded myself. I was so happy when this came back at 10. I was absolutely buzzing. But this is the best card in my collection by far. I love it. I'd love to hear in the comments, guys, what you think the best card is. This one, getting fairly new now. 2023 Pokemon from Magmar from the Classic Collection with the nice golden border. When that massive Classic Collection box come out, like the £400 box, that came back PSA 10. Absolutely lovely. I think I might have actually bought that off eBay, not a lot, like £20, £20 card. It's really, really nice for PSA 10. Bit more modern now, 2023. The Master Ball Reverse, the best copy of this card by a long way. The Master Ball Reverse from Japanese 151. Obviously, we could have gone for English 151 for the reverse holo. However, the Japanese has a better version because it has a Master Ball version. The English doesn't. Love that card. PSA 10, Master Ball. Then the last one for today, 2024, last year, from Pal Day and Fates, the Magmar Reverse Holo in a 9. With Steve at the moment, we have at least one copy of this with PSA, so hopefully we upgrade this from a 9 to a 10 in the next few weeks or months whenever PSA pulls the finger out their arse and sends me card back. But yeah, that is a PSA 9. Quick shout out to Journey Together. Journey Together coming out in March. That does have a Magmar in. You know we're going to collect that card. You know we're going to get that sent to PSA. And you know we're going to get a 10. But that kind of wraps it up, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Leave some comments down below about what your favourite card was today out of this fat selection of Magmar. And let me know if you have any PSA collections at home. But that's going to be it. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you all on the next one.